Freak, white freak. There's no reality. Everything to the read.
Shut the fuck up.
You said before you click start, are you ready? And that's how this show opens.
I didn't say it like that.
Yes, that's exactly how you said it.
We're sitting right next to each other. I'm not supposed to shout in your face and go, are you ready? And then you just go into the Mind Freak theme song?
I'm so fucking sick of this show. I'm sick of you. Sick of this ass. I'm done.
What we call Sam Freaky?
You told me to sing that song, and then you yell at me. It's a goddamn trap every time.
See, you usually yell
fucking time.
You yell at me for exposing the bits.
I'm keeping it going though. I just added to it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just added a new layer to it.
We've got Steve Schneider, a.k.a. Focal, a.k.a. Yautja, a.k.a. Sean Phoenix, who just made his debut. Whoa.
I'm so proud of that, Steve.
So now we've got another professional wrestler in the fucking chat here, you know? What are we going to do when the whole Raw Talks chat is overrun with wrestlers and we're just sitting here as fanboy Dan Dan?
I will not rest until every person in the chat is a professional wrestler. If you're not a professional wrestler, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, so you only want wrestlers?
Yeah. It's a wrestling show. I want their opinions. I don't care about what other people's opinions are. I'm just kidding. I want everybody.
Marlon Mancia has rejoined the chat. It's good to have him here.
I barely recognize that name.
He's here all the time. It's just because you don't show up pretty often doesn't mean you gotta be burying Marlon Mancia all the time. You know what I mean? Just because you're off gallivanting with your other escapades, I gotta call Sam Fricky all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Sam Fricky poisons my soup, so that I have to stay home.
He lives in Baltimore.
Sick. He mails it.
He mails you soup?
Yeah.
And you eat it?
Yeah.
Who eats mailed soup?
I won't anymore. I thought it was a kind gesture.
Danans, this is WWE Raw Talks Live. If you don't know what the show is, myself, name of Ian, and the artist formerly known as Mike Charles, talk about Monday Night Raw for your amusement. We go over the whole show. We review it promo by promo, match by match, segment by segment, and we talk about the whole thing because we want everybody to have a good time, hang out, and be Dan Dance together. You know what I'm saying? It's all about community. It's all about being wrestling fans together. You know what I'm saying? You can go watch one of those wrestling shows where all they do is just bury it the whole time. That's not what we like to do.
We do it a lot, though.
Yeah. Zintho is in the chat. He says, Ian, glad to see you're a Comedy Button fan. Recognized your tweet the other day. That would make him the only one who knew what that tweet was.
What was it?
I tweeted out of the blue. It seems like it was out of the blue if you're not a Comedy Button fan at like 3 in the morning. And it just said, the AT&T customer you're trying to reach is in the bath. Because Brian and Max were going back and forth like doing fake voicemail.
That's great.
It was fucking hilarious. And Zintho proves to be a real Dan. There he goes. He's quoted it right there. Nobody favorited it. Nobody retweeted it. Nothing.
I didn't even see it.
Knew what it was. That makes me so happy.
I didn't even see it.
You wouldn't know anyway because you're on a break from that show.
I'm way behind. I'm like a year behind.
That's all right. No, it's not all right. Get your life.
I got other shows, man.
I do too, but when are you going to get your life?
I have my life. It's right here. I'm sitting in a chair with a life. You wouldn't be seeing my mouth move if I didn't have a life. I'm frustrated.
We got the Coulter of personality, Douglas Hinckley, in the room. A newly single man with a new lease on life. Do you understand that?
It's a good feeling.
That's a goddamn good feeling. And the thing is, he doesn't know that it's a good feeling yet. He's still in the place where it seems like a bad feeling. But that motherfucker doesn't realize that he was just given a fucking get-out-of-jail-free card. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh slate.
I'm very proud of that man, and I hope he's handling it well. You know who else I'm proud of? I'm proud of Jazz James. I'm proud of D-Ray. I'm proud of Jace Plays Games.
They're all here. They're all boys.
There's something we're supposed to do before we talk about Raw.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what it is. Dan, what are we supposed to do before we talk about Raw? I can't remember. 5 time. My
hand is too naked.
What are you going to do about it?
I need a thing. Some kind of...
A cut glove.
Hand sock. Preferably a muted color. Like brown.
You think brown is muted? I don't know if you know what that word means.
No. I just mean like not colorful color.
Dan, get your brown gloves.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves. Does everyone have brown gloves? Oh, dude.
See, go ahead.
What's a muted color?
Muted is about the tone of it. You can have a muted brown, but brown isn't universally a muted color.
I guess, I don't know.
Like pastel.
Drab. Is brown drab?
It depends on which shade of brown you'd be using. Because you can use like a tan or a tumbleweed, but brown even goes over into the red-brown section. You've got like burnt sienna.
What would you describe brown as?
Shit.
That's a thing that is brown.
I don't like brown as a color. I don't want to wear brown clothing. You know what I mean?
I think you're closing yourself off.
No, I don't want. That's all I'm saying is I would never create a character and design them with brown clothing. The color brown is not useless. A useless color in my book is green. I don't like green.
No, see, you're totally wrong.
But brown has many uses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I'm walking around and I'm finding pink trees, that's pretty dope. But I want my regular normal brown trees back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you catch my drift here?
Yeah. Green is not a useless color. Yellow is useless.
No, because without yellow, what color would my Arizona RX Energy cans be?
Without green, what would the green tea be?
I don't give a
we
fuck.
wouldn't even have green tea without green.
Green tea ain't green.
Yes, it is.
D-Ray says, I have beige. Are those okay? Yeah, beige is fine. See what I'm saying is I'm not burying brown as a whole. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I just wanted to get verbal confirmation.
Mm.
We always start when we talk about WWE Raw with the A story, the most important thing that happened tonight. What was it?
I think it's got to be like the whole Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar angle.
Yeah. So the start of that angle tonight would be the start of the
That's
show.
the opening show.
Because Heyman came out and this is the first time Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar have cut a promo together to open Raw in a long time.
Yeah, wow.
So to me, it felt pretty fresh.
For sure. I'm always happy when Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are on the show together.
And Paul Heyman did
Makes
what
it a better show for me.
He said that weird. He did what he always does, and he never buries the competition. Heyman is a very smart guy who knows that his guy's going to be going up against these boys, and these boys need to look tough.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got to the main event, he was saying, Michael Cole was like, how are you so sure Brock Lesnar will run through Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Are you underestimating them? He's like, I'm not underestimating them all. I know what they're capable of separately. I know what they're capable of together. I'm just confident because I have the beast.
The baddest man on the planet.
So they cut that promo, and who comes out?
It was Dean Ambrose.
Dean's ham roast.
He was by himself, right? Did
Mm.
Reigns come out later?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not in that promo,
Okay.
but he was on the show.
And he stood up to him. He got in Lesnar's face.
I'm getting tweeted by the Coulter personality.
He tweeted me too.
Dean did get in Lesnar's face.
He was not afraid of him.
If I know Coulter, it's a screenshot of us with the lid on our head, sharing the purple hat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. Retweet that. But
yeah. Ambrose gets in Lesnar's face.
yeah.
And he's like, I'm not afraid of you. We're going to beat you, me and my boy.
No. One of the things that Dean said, you don't even know what he said.
No, I didn't. I was eating.
One of the things he said is, I hope you're prepared to take me to Suplex City. I hope you're prepared to give me the beating of my life. Like telling him, one of the things he opened with when he got in the ring was, he's like, never been in the lair of the beast before. It's pretty cozy. I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. And then he left. And there was a moment that I loved where neither one of them had microphones, but Heyman and Lesnar were there, and there was a camera on them. And it was hard to hear because Gene's music was playing. But Paul Heyman goes, he just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. And Lesnar goes, oh, there's going to be fuss tonight. There's going to be a lot of fuss tonight. And Heyman was like, perfect move, not taking the bait. And I just loved that little back and
felt
forth
real.
there. And it felt intimate and real because they didn't have the mic. They
Right.
weren't performing. and they, like, as always, pretended the camera wasn't there. So
Yeah.
to me, I loved that little,
No,
that
it
little
was-
in and out.
It was great. It was a really cool moment.
We've got breaking news from the chat that Cold Surf personality, aka Douglas Hinckley, might be animating. Well, we're not supposed to tell anyone.
He's animating his shorts because he's dancing. That's what's going on.
Jess James is requesting that he animates Dewey Cox ripping the sink off the wall.
That's the best recommendation ever.
Look out, man! That's karate coming at you right there, man. Only two kinds people know it: the Chinese and the king. One of them's me. Look out, man! It's coming out there. Look out, man! That's one of the best movies of all
All
time.
right, don't just do it again.
That's what he does. Remember?
No.
He does like 3 lookout hands right there. I wasn't just repeating. That's not the right move. Continuing with the A story. I think we go to the part backstage where Roman and Jeans are in Stephanie McMahon's office.
Yeah.
And the WWE World title is
Yeah.
framed. Triple H is not wearing it around the arena proudly. It's framed in his fucking office.
like a fucking trophy.
like a truth.
He doesn't even wear it like a champion.
Were you paying attention at all during this?
Somewhat.
Where were you tonight?
Somewhere.
Do you remember anything about the show?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Tell me about this promo.
Well, I remember she was trying to get under their skin and like, you know, because, you know, it's going to be Roman and Dean and Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match at Fastlane to determine who wins again, who fights Triple H at WrestleMania for the championship. And yeah, she was basically trying to get in their heads and under their skin about the fact that, you know, they're brothers and they're best friends, but they're gonna be in a match together. And Brock Lesnar's there. What are you guys gonna do? And she called one. I think she called Dean Roman's sidekick, and they were like, "Oh, he's my sidekick. You can't bother us." That was kind of funny.
First of all, that's not true. Second of all, he's my sidekick most of the time.
Yeah.
And Roman was just like, "That's right." That was an awesome moment.
Yeah.
Where I like that we don't really have any tension between them right now.
No.
Where they've even wrestled each other before, and it's just kind of like we got to do this.
Yeah.
But, you know.
There's
cool.
honestly, there's never been tension with them.
No, I don't think so.
Since the Shield broke up.
Yeah. I liked this promo. And then the part where Stephanie even closed it out by saying some shit. Like trying to say something to get under their skin. And Dean and Roman wound up like walking out of her office, still just kind of like talking shit under their breath. And I like that about this promo was Stephanie was just being very matter of fact like this. And Roman was just like, well, that's not really the way it's going to go. And Dean's like, yeah, that's right. Like nobody was up and shouting. It was not a classic wrestling.
It was a very subdued, which I liked.
It was very fresh. It was almost like they hired somebody new who was like, you don't need to yell all the time. Just fucking relax.
Right.
Relax.
You could just have a conversation.
Speaking of conversations and conversations with Colin, Marlon Mancia in the chat says, have you seen the Kind of Funny animated series? Yes, I have.
Yes.
And I donate $10 a month on Patreon. 5 to Kind of Funny and 5 to Kind of Funny Games. So you can thank me for that series getting funded. You know what I mean?
I mean, they raised like 80 grand.
82.5, I think, was where they wound up. I was in their live stream for the whole thing.
I was in a lot
yesterday.
of it.
I was in the whole
But not
thing.
the whole thing.
It was fucking fantastic. Because those are rare moments where you get to hang out with your best friends live via Twitch. I said Skype or satellite.
Nope.
Steve Schneider says he hasn't showered since last year.
I believe him.
I don't.
It's only been a month.
No, because he's been getting in the ring. And if he was getting in the ring and all those boys smelled him and said, you're a smell boy, they wouldn't invite him back.
It's strategy.
Oh.
See, nobody wants to touch him.
Yeah.
So, like, he's all stinky and smelly. It's distracting. It gets in their head. They're like, this guy stinks. I don't want to get near him. And then he's coming after him. And they're just running away. And the judges are like points away from the runner. He's running. That's how wrestling works, right? There's judges and points.
Steve Schneider says, I don't have body odor. Think that's true?
I don't think that's true. I think you probably smell bad when you don't shower for a month.
Marlon says he was watching the Drunken Game Over Greggy show, which was a special night.
That's one of my favorite.
That was a special night.
podcasts ever.
And Marlon, I have it on good authority that 616 Entertainment might be in the market to buy one of those dumbass shock games. That's what I heard.
I don't want to do that, but
I don't either, but if you buy it, I'll play it. I can, but the thing is, I can only play with my right hand.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the
You only need
Dan-Dans
one.
know, or if they can even see it there. They can kind of see the scar right there. I've got plates and screws in my hand from breaking it in a fight. So I'm not really trying to get shocked when I've got metal in my bones. You know what I mean? Probably wouldn't be good for business. What do you think?
no,
You all right? You look like you're about to take a nap.
I'd like to. No, don't play with your dead hand. With
That's
your
not dead.
Robot hand.
Robot.
Or the-
Steve says the stink only comes from his butt tooting. And breath. So we get to the main event tonight, which is a main event that I can get down with any night of the week.
Yeah, but
We've got 2/3 of what used to be the Shield, Roman Reigns and Gene's Hamroast versus the New Day.
Yeah.
The New Day comprised of Big E and Kofi,
yeah.
because Xavier Woods is not involved wrestling in this match.
Yeah.
Brett Wells says, world's biggest asshole is here. And
Yeah.
then he corrected the spelling of here, but he did not add the apostrophe after the D in worlds.
I don't care. Because he's an ass.
Why is Brett Wells an ass?
Because he said he was. I don't even think he's that big of an asshole, but he wants that credit. I'll call him an asshole as long as he wants.
No, I've hung out with Brett Wells a number of times, and I don't have anything but good things to say about him. He was a gentleman who invited me on his podcast. We've hung out many a time at Freelance Wrestling.
Yeah.
Freelance Wrestling, you say? Are you talking about that show February 5th at the Bottom Lounge in Chicago?
I
The
wasn't,
Scene
but
is dead.
I was.
Long live the Scene.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh, this is the show where you can see Beauty and the Beast defend the tag team championships against the 4-star heroes. I have it on high authority that the N-words have something to say about that.
I don't think they're going to sit idly by.
No, because they got fucked out of their titles, and you know they want it back.
I'd want him back.
That's all I'm prepared to say right now, is that freelancewrestling.com is where you can go to get tickets, T-shirts, hats, and DVDs.
It's a great site. It's a great show. Best show in town. Be there or be square.
So tell me about the main event. New Day versus Jeans and Roman.
I liked it. I thought it was fun. So first of all, the New Day comes out,
Mhm.
and they cut a great promo.
They sure do. It was fucking fantastic.
They were talking to
Shame!
yeah, because
Shame!
they were mad at The Rock for calling him booty and stuff, and then they're like, we do this for the kids, like that kid right there,
And you see this kid in
Yeah,
a Bullet
and
Club
he's-
shirt dancing
and
in the
he's
front
dancing
row.
with his hips. Like, look at those hips. Look, those hips don't lie. No,
What are those hips saying?
I'm not gonna say. I don't want to. I want him. Anyways, they're like, look at that dance. The kid's great. We will fight you.
We still will fight you, but we will fight you out of love.
Yeah.
But we will fight you. I love that they're willing to fight children.
And then the kid, he kind of like stopped. I was
And then he
like,
just went back to dancing
Oh.
again.
and then just started dancing.
Interesting note is, I cannot remember the last time they zoomed in on a crowd member wearing a shirt that was a wrestling product that WWE is not straight up affiliated with.
Maybe they own it now.
They don't.
Rumors, conspiracies.
I'm getting all these text messages.
Throw your phone in the toilet.
You think that's the move?
Yes,
If you think it's the move, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
See, the response was, I got an LOL from Joe Young. Because earlier in the day, I tweeted him a link to a video. And that video, the Dan-Dans remember the opening of the GameCube screen, right?
Mhm.
When you turn it on, digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga. I just think that's hilarious. So I wanted to send it to Joe to see if he remembered it. You guys remember this, right? I want to see it again.
That kid, man.
Well, it didn't work, but I don't know why it didn't work.
Is your sound down over here or something?
No,
Whatever.
I don't know. You guys want to watch it again? That's one of my favorite things in the whole world.
Steve says, that baby, it me.
No, that bad why it me.
I didn't notice the space there.
Michael Thomas Robinson, the #1 handsome boy and #1 contender to the 616 Entertainment Monopoly Championship of the world, says Joe Young, like Rise of the Silver Surfer, listens to Sugar Ray and wears Affliction shirts. Never forget. I will never forget that. But if there's one thing on this earth that I will also never forget, it's the opening to the GameCube title screen.
Oh, man.
That bad wow, it me. Can we get t-shirts? Oh man, the Dan Dans are marking out every time a new Dan Dan shows up in the chat, but that's what happens here on WWE Raw Talks Live.
Oh, buddy.
This main event was actually really good. The New
Yes, it
Day
was.
have a lot of chemistry with Jeans and Roman, and every time they wrestle, you get a good match.
Yeah, no, it was a good match.
I do get worried nowadays whenever there is a dangerous spot. I especially hate apron spots.
Yeah.
And Big E likes to do the splash on the apron.
Yeah.
And Roman moved tonight. And he crashed down onto the apron and bounced up like a big, black, beautiful boy.
And just fell hard on the floor. And it looked painful.
How do you like that alliteration? Big, black, beautiful boy.
With beer boats by the bay. Bouncing balls.
Coulter says, hot water burn baby. That's
Great
a deep
reference.
cut.
Great reference.
But I think Coulter has straight up given up on listening to the podcast, which is fine. He's an asshole.
I don't, it's not fine.
No, it's not?
No.
You gonna cut a promo right now? I mean, you're going to fight him in about 5 months.
Coulter is the most pathetic man I have ever had the displeasure of meeting. He will die a death June 6th. Ian said I never met him. I met him via Skype. I've communicated through him, to him, through Twitter and other media. I know what I need to know about the man named Douglas, a.k.a. Coulter. And let me tell you, I am not impressed with what I know about that man.
Oh, my goodness. Are you aware that he was the #1 Dan Dan? He was invited on the show.
Yeah.
And then he just straight up quit listening.
You're talking to a jaded lover right here. I used to love that man, and he let me down. And there hell hath no fury like an artist scorned.
Oh my goodness. Put that on the poster. Put that on the poster, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man.
Jace Plays Game says, die a death? This is a PG show, my friend. See, but the Dan Dans never read my description for what happened on Raw. We've been over this several times. Can you read what I wrote as to what happened on tonight's show?
I'll skip.
No, do the whole thing.
Dean Ambrose walked into the lair of the beast to open Raw this week, and he got out alive. The close of the show was a little different. Lesnar lit Dean's apartment on fire, and his family and dogs were killed. Lesnar eventually pulled the cooked dogs from the blaze and ate their bones in front of Ambrose. Paul Heyman shouted, "No, no, no." Roman shouted, "You cooked the dog? No child should be made to do that. Dogs should be raw and living." AJ Styles beat up The Miz. New Day took on Reigns and Ambrose and more.
So I got the gist of it.
That's exactly what happened. You don't even have to watch this show to catch up on Raw. You just you read that, and then you're like, oh, I got the good. I see what you needed to know.
Before we continue talking about the main event, we've got Gina in the chat. She says, you kids are jealous. I had a front row seat to the Falkland Boys mini debut.
I am jealous.
Now,
although, well, go ahead.
What I've heard on the street is you and Gina have decided to work strictly in a professional environment to take down No Taxes Nitro Bravo. Is this
He's
true?
got to be taken down.
Is this true?
Yeah.
That's a tag team for the ages right there.
You know,
And I feel like when it's in a professional environment, there's no stopping it because there's no
distractions.
There's no distractions.
Right.
I think this is the.
It's like me and you. We used to be friends. Now
Yeah.
we're just business partners.
It's best for business.
Yeah.
That's the move right there.
Yeah. And Nitro Bravo has to go down.
Well, it might be on the number one handsome boy to do that.
See, that's the thing is I have to be when I'm doing my responsibilities as a banker boy. I have to be non-biased and fair, or else what is this company? What are we? If the banker man is a cheat, I can't pick favorites. I have who I'm rooting for, but that doesn't affect my integrity as a bank boy.
Alex Olson's in the chat and he says hashtag bring back Pepsi Blue. And god damn
Fuck Pepsi Blue. I do not like you.
was that Oh Canada about Pepsi Blue? It didn't start that way, but it certainly ended that way. I feel like I'm focusing a little too much on the chat this week. We haven't talked
about Raw at all.
No, let's talk about Raw a little bit. Dan, please keep the conversation going, but we need to get further a little bit, so we're not here till 2 in the morning. Clearly, Roman and Jeans were going to go over, as they did. They went over clean. But I do like the fact that before the New Day, what was the last set of tag team champions that would ever have been
in the main event
competitive with the two top stars?
Yes.
Normally, they just get jobbed the fuck out over like the past 10 years because the tag division's a joke.
No, man.
But the New Day can hold their own with fucking anybody.
Yep.
Except Brock Lesnar.
That's fine.
They get thrown around.
That's
right. Anybody gets thrown around.
No, I love it. That makes me feel like they care about the New Day. And I just hope the New Day is around for a while.
They've been around for over a year, and I don't see them getting split up anytime soon.
Me neither.
They had the feud with the Usos and didn't lose the titles. That's a great sign. That's a really good sign for the New Day's longevity. So that, to me, is a good sign. After the main event ends, the finish is... First of all, we need to talk about Big E's new dance, which is my new favorite Big E dance of all time. Well, let me put my chair back. Not only did he stand up...
we're too close.
...and do the hips... Let's see if I can move back a little bit here. He stood up and did the hips, but his arms were just at his sides, and then he started doing the hips. And his tongue was out. And it was almost as good as the Danny DeVito dance from Sunny. The go for it, go for it, go for it.
It was an inspiration.
How good did it make you feel?
Like $1 million. $280.
280,000 bucks. It's supposed to be. I don't know if it is. If anybody can name what that's from, I'll give you $2,000.
I need a knife.
No, the best was I just realized that my face when I do him is like identical to his face when he talks.
Oh, really?
It's like just a rectangle. You know what I'm saying? But when you and the number one handsome boy Michael Thomas Robinson were recording episode 99 of the 616 Entertainment Podcast, which goes live on Wednesday on iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud. It's you and the Robinson one-on-one. I'm there for 5 seconds and I leave.
Yeah.
So this is an interview.
You interrupted a couple times because you couldn't keep your fat mouth shut.
Well, first of all, I changed the batteries so you guys had a show. Second of all, you're welcome for being able to record here.
We could have recorded some.
With what recorder?
Someone.
Who would have edited it? Who would have uploaded it? You're welcome for all these things.
I'm just saying, when it's my show, shut your fucking mouth.
But it's a really good episode.
People who wanted a solo episode of me, this is the closest you're going to get, so we'll like it.
Do you think you could ever pull off a solo one after doing this with Robinson?
I don't know, maybe.
Michael Thomas Robinson says, Gina and Steve, do you kids have couches lined up for us to crash on when we hit Pittsburgh? I was talking hotel rooms, motels, but the lads were complaining about being broke boys, which is true. That's what I said.
Money is money.
Steve says, you can all stay at my house. Fuck what my parents say. But see, I know that's not going to work out because he told David Liebehart the same thing, and his mom was like, "No."
Well, come on. We're more trustworthy than David Liebehart.
You think so? What David Liebehart's not going to do anything wrong. He's not going to do anything, I think.
I don't know, man. He brings ghosts with him everywhere he goes.
I don't know if that's true.
You don't know David Liebehart very well.
Mm,
I took a photo of his house.
I was there.
His soul's in my phone.
What the fuck were we talking about?
The New Day.
Robinson says, the artist talked 90% of it. I was merely a sounding board. In a good way.
Yeah. I
For
could
that
talk
podcast.
most of it.
I don't really want to talk about Raw.
You think I do?
What was that?
I don't know. I lost my mind for a second.
You gonna get it back?
Yeah, it's back.
Let's just run through the rest of Raw and hang out for a little bit. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, we can just run.
I don't really want to talk about Raw. Do we have to? I mean,
No, we'll run through it,
yeah.
and then
Give
we'll
me
just
the
get
fucking
to the segments.
It's Black History Month.
Rusev versus Kalisto. That was a good match.
It was a good match. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
That opened.
it was
Raw.
fun. I would.
Jace Plays Game says, I'll talk about Raw.
I don't think I've ever seen them face off before.
I don't either, and I was kind of confused when they put when Rusev's music hit, because I was just like, really?
Yeah.
How is Kalisto gonna go over and it not be like bad for Rusev?
Right.
But how did it end?
I don't remember.
Neither do I.
But Kalisto.
Del Rio was there. There was probably some fuckery.
Probably. But Kalisto won, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go to WWE.com.
But yeah, no, I like that Kalisto's on his own. Not talking shit on Sin Cara, but Kalisto is really good and really fun to watch, and it's a totally different thing to see him wrestle guys one-on-one. Plus, the tag teams, he's only going to be wrestling the same like 4 teams over and over again. So he can seeing him wrestle a variety of different guys is cool. And yeah, this was a really good match, and I enjoyed it.
Well, apparently Kalisto versus Del Rio has been announced again for Fastlane.
See, that's against what I want.
We talked last week on Raw, and I was like, well, it looks like the Kalisto Del Rio thing is over. And we were both like, yeah. And now it's just back again.
They had 3 matches, and Kalisto won twice.
Jace Plays Game says it was a count out. Oh, yeah. Kalisto hit the Hurricane Rana on Rusev, sent him like into the corner, and Kalisto won by count out.
Okay.
So that was all
right.
Alex Olson says, not talking about the show sounds like a TNA talks.
That's a good one.
Yeah, D-Ray says count out. Kalisto gave Rusev a head scissors
Okay.
into the corner. Okay, yeah. I remember that now.
AJ Styles on Miz TV.
AJ Styles was on Miz TV. Now, last week I was like, how nice of WWE to let Chris Jericho cut AJ Styles' first promo. And then tonight during Miz TV, I looked over at you and I said, how nice of WWE to let The Miz cut AJ Styles' second promo.
When are they going to let him just speak for
They're
himself?
not going to.
Why?
Because he's got a really heavy Southern drawl.
So that's cool.
He's not. They don't think so.
Fucking racists running that business.
Kind of, man. Like,
it's different. There's no Southern.
He's not great on the mic. He's all right.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll try to tell him that to them. He's not great on the mic. He's pretty good, but he's not great. They don't like the way, and this is just me talking to my ass. I assume they don't like the way he talks with the drawl, and they trust their guys because their guys are used to having the script laid out for them every fucking time, and they know how to do it.
Yeah.
And The Miz is a good talker. The Miz is really good.
No,
and
he's
Jericho's
great, yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So those are 2 guys. But the problem that I have is their idea of getting AJ Styles over is having The Miz go, you know, you were a big fish in a small pond, and everyone always said you were too small, and everything you were accomplished happened in that place that doesn't really matter, but now you're here.
Yeah.
So it's like they're talking about all these things he's done, and then at the same time going, but fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, none of that was shit. Now you're here, and you're 1-0.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's garbage. Garbage writing. Trash, garbage, trash. What do you think about it? As someone who hasn't been a fan as long, how did that come off to you?
No, I see what you're saying, but then also at the same time, The Miz is a heel.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to be like, for him to say like, yeah, but none of that really matters is kind of like, no, but it does because the Miz is just an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So like what he says is fucking is just him trying to make himself feel better. You know what I mean?
Jace Plays Game says Miz called him a rookie a couple times. Now, here's the thing is Miz is a heel and he should be doing that, but he's also the guy who's communicating to the audience and telling them AJ was on this special specifically. It's like, who is AJ Styles? And then if you listen to the Miz, like these little kids will, they're hearing, oh, he was something, but I guess he's nothing.
Yeah.
And if he's anything, we'll find out now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was. I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty bad. Jazz James says, take away AJ's beard, you got a garbage can.
Maybe.
I'm a fan of AJ's hair. I like the medium length hair with the part. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And he doesn't wet his hair before he gets in the ring.
Nope.
Everybody else does. So that's another way he looks different.
We had Brie Bella versus Charlotte Flair.
This is all right. Nothing really to write home about.
No.
Brie Bella goes over.
Right.
Steve says he hates AJ's look. Steve, what's wrong with AJ's look? I like it. I like the super official looking sports wear.
Yeah, I know. I like
and the
his
knee
gear.
pads, and I like his baseball gloves.
Yeah, Steve, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So why don't you get off this show?
Steve Schneider has been on Raw Talks.
I'm just kidding, Steve. Not his face.
D-Ray says, are you guys doing Total Diva Talks live tomorrow?
Nope.
Oh, no. I thought we were going to.
No.
Well, I need a co-host for Total Diva Talks live.
Yeah, someone else can do it.
No, I'm not doing that. See, here's the thing with Total Divas is I want to watch that show because the Divas don't wear a lot on that show.
But just YouTube.
But I can just find that online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to fucking watch that garbage shit.
That's what it is, too.
Steve says, I prefer the 2006 AJ Styles look. He looked like an athlete. It's almost the same. It's just he's wearing more black instead of white. Yamson?
I don't know what he looked like in 2006.
Kick pads, bikers, wrist tape, spiky hair, pleather hoodie. That doesn't strike me as an athlete. That strikes me as a pro wrestler.
Not at all, yeah. I think he's more of an athlete based on that description now.
Steve says he looks like a creator wrestler on a video game. I don't think so. I think, if anything, he looks more professional now than he ever has. And not a lot. There's no-body in WWE who dresses the way AJ does. So
no, I think he looks
stands
different.
out.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
But he beat up the Miz.
He did. He beat him up pretty good.
Yeah.
Jazz James like AJ's current look way more. So it's 3-1, Steve. So
Again, get out. We don't want you. I'm just kidding.
Well, you said at the beginning of the show that you wanted only professional wrestlers. And if you kick him out, we have one less professional wrestler.
I only want the best, though. With the best opinions that only agree with me.
So you're calling him a bad wrestler and bad opinion boy.
If we have two, I really saw him wrestle once. But if we have two viewers, that's fine.
I don't agree
but I
with
just
your
want the
outlook on this
best,
show.
the best of the best watching this show.
Jace Plays Game says he does look like a CAW, and I really like it. Zinto says Wrestle with the Plot on Reddit has all of the Total Divas info you need, which means they probably have images and GIFs.
Cool.
So that's the place to go.
Cool.
What happened next? Brie went over clean. Ric Flair was being a dickhead distraction boy.
He was trying to kick Alicia in the face.
Dude, Alicia Fox was looking good tonight. Can we talk about that? Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, she looked good.
Woo! I love me some Alicia Fox. You know what I'm saying?
I wish he would have really kicked her in the fucking teeth.
That would have been so goddamn funny. If he just kicked her right in the fucking face and knocked all her teeth out.
Yeah.
That would have been something special.
What
do you think Alicia Fox is doing? She's single?
I don't know.
Can you get Alicia Fox on the line?
All right.
What kind of info did you get for me?
She's single, but she's gonna take a nap.
All right. Excellent. Excellent.
That's all I could get.
What else happened?
She fell asleep.
See, because it seemed like neither one of you really said anything.
We got.
It seemed like you picked up your phone. She picked up her phone, and the whole conversation was.
We got a special way of communicating, man.
See, now I can't really have my future hypothetical girlfriend having a telekinetic transmission thing with you.
I can't help it. We're psychically linked. God made us this way.
Finding this hard to
It's
believe.
destiny. We had Big Show versus Eric Rowan. Yeah, exactly.
Why is Big Show mad at the Wyatts and they're mad at him all of a sudden?
No reason.
I thought the Wyatts were mad at Brock Lesnar.
Nope.
And then you said they weren't mad at him, they just eliminated him. And I said, well, they eliminated him because they were mad at him. And you said, why are they mad at him? And I said, I don't know. We never know anything with that. They just do stuff, and we're like, oh, they must be mad at him. Anyone but you, Roman. You know what I'm saying?
Or fucking Ryback, or John Cena, or Daniel Bryan. Anybody. Anybody. They don't want anybody.
Jazz James is not sure how Anna Kendrick would feel about you having a telekinetic link with Alicia Fox.
We're not banging. We're not married. I didn't choose this. She didn't choose this. I just woke up one day and was able to telepathically communicate with Alicia Fox. I know where she is at every moment of the day, except I have to call her on the phone to find out. I don't want to know. Sometimes she shits. And I'm like, oh, great, Alicia Fox is shitting, and I can even smell it. Because she smells it, and our brains are linked, so I can smell her shit. And let me tell you, she has some stinky shits. In fact, I'm not even attracted to her anymore because of her shits. And farts, too. She farts a lot. And they're pretty bad.
Anything else?
No.
So I feel like I should change the title of this episode.
To what?
To Alicia Fox shit sometimes. Because that is the thing that came out of your mouth.
I don't.
D-Ray says it's all that protein.
Hey, man. She's got to rebuild those bones.
What happened to her bones? She's not Nikki Bella. She doesn't have a broken ass neck. Nikki Bella needs the protein for her bones.
Yeah.
Which one's the vitamin that's good for your bones? Is that C or D?
I think it's no.
D comes from the sun.
I think it's D. Because calcium is good for your bones, but that's not vitamin C. C does not stand for calcium.
What's it stand for?
It just goes down the letters.
So there's a vitamin F?
A is the first one. No.
Are you sure?
It goes A, B, B12, C.
Where the fuck is B through B11?
I didn't make these.
Steve says vitamin C is calcium.
No.
It says vitamin calcium.
It doesn't.
C
It's
stands
not.
for calcium. I'm just telling you what Steve
I'm
said.
pretty sure he's wrong about that.
Google it.
But he's a wrestler.
And he knows about repairing his bones.
Yeah.
Dan Dans, I got to know why we've got 12 Dan Dans enjoying the show right now, but we've only got 7 thumbs up. That's a question. Michael Thomas Robinson says, the C is for citrus.
You guys are wrong.
Well, he followed it up with a triple ha. So I think he's just joking, man.
Vitamin C is another term for how did you say that? I'm having a trouble day.
Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, is a water-soluble nutrient found in some foods. In the body, it acts as an antioxidant, helping to protect cells from the damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are compounds formed when our bodies convert the food we eat into energy. Cool. Give me another one. I'll read in a different accent. I'm just kidding. I don't really want to do that.
All right. There's a vitamin E.
Now we've got that figured out. What's the vitamin E stand for? Eggs? Vitamin eggs?
Yeah.
What does that one do?
It gives you
Oh, I got all these PS3s for you.
it makes your pee smell like eggs.
Dude, my piss stinks sometimes.
Should smell Alicia Fox.
Steve says Ian's accents kill me. I got good accents, brother. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
They like them. That last one I did was trash, but he likes them apparently. Michael Thomas Robinson wants to know why Steve doesn't have love for generics. What else happened on Raw?
Blub, blub, blub. Titus O'Neal versus Tyler Breeze.
I feel like Titus O'Neil gets a push every time Black History Month comes around.
Probably. He's a great dad.
He's almost a #1 dad.
He is the #1 dad.
No, that's Kofi.
I thought Titus won.
Yeah, but Kofi had the sign that said "Real Mega Dad of the Year."
Oh.
I still have it saved on my phone. What are you wearing under this?
Just a white shirt. Undershirt.
A deep V? You got a deep V?
It's pretty deep V. But the thing is, it's like this is a
Where'd this come from? I don't remember this.
store.
When's the last? I don't think I've ever seen
Kohl's.
you wear it.
I wear it all the time. I wore it in the
Shoulder pads going on there?
no, it's just a different material.
It's a patch. Shoulder
Patch, not a pad. I
I
wore this during the on the day of the spit take, the spit water.
Are you certain?
Yeah, but I took it off and I spit all over my undershirt.
Yeah.
The spit tube, the juice tube.
Juice tube. When's the last time you popped that shirt off
Mm.
on the show? You don't do that anymore.
It's cold.
It's not cold. It's like the warmest day of the
I
last.
don't want to do it.
I didn't even ask you to do it. I just asked you when's the last time you did it. How many of these shirts do you think we've ruined at this house? Like 5 at least.
No.
Yeah, you ripped that one.
Yeah.
Well, just doing skits, I mean. Who gives a fuck?
I can only
What else
think of
happened?
one.
Titus went over
Breeze.
who?
Breeze.
Tyler Breeze. Yeah, that was fucked up. Coulter says he came here for shirtless artists.
Well, then you can get the fuck out if you're not satisfied. I do what I want on this show. I am not you don't tell me demands. Owens versus Ziggler.
How many fucking times are we gonna get that match? I like your notes. Owens versus Zig. Ziggler wins.
I just need to know what happened.
It was a good match, like it always is when these guys get in there, but I feel like we've seen this 10 fucking times over the past 2
It's
months.
kind of stale and boring.
It's extremely stale. And
But
boring.
Ziggler won.
He did, which really surprised me because Michael Cole was just like, "This could be the last time this goddamn match happens. This rivalry's winding down."
It won't. We'll see it again.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Who's gonna win?
Probably Owens.
I enjoyed the match though.
Yeah, I did too.
I was very surprised that Ziggler won.
They're both good workers.
Ziggler's not dyeing his hair anymore. He's letting it go down to the straight brown.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's a good
It's
it's a good change. I think he's kind of changed his gear a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
which I think the darker hair fits what the look he's doing.
Steve Schneider and Michael Thomas Robinson are talking about going to C2E2, which, if they're going, we should go.
I've never been.
I've never been before, but that's just because the place I work was doing it.
So you boycotted it.
I wouldn't say I boycotted it. I boycotted it at first, but it got to the point where it was just like, well, somebody has to be here, and I'm reliable. My boycott didn't last that long.
I made a video for Comic C2E2 one time. And no, it wasn't C2E2. What was it? Walker Stalker?
Yeah. That's such a good goddamn
Where
video.
is it? Can we find
It's on the 616 Facebook.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it was never uploaded
to prove
your,
I'm good. Walker boy.
because it was not uploaded to your YouTube page.
No, I can put it up now, but at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You all saw? No, Mike. Nuh-uh. Robinson watched American Ultra.
He liked it.
He didn't like it. Your eyebrows are distracting right now. You got a couple Uncle Leo pieces up here that are going up and long, and then you've got some reverse Uncle Leo pieces over there that are going down.
I don't know what you want from me.
Oh my goodness. Watch your eyeball. You freaked out right there. What else happened on Raw? Let's get this shit over with so we can just talk to the
Becky
bandits.
versus Sasha.
Way better than their last match because their last match was trash garbage.
Oh, garbage trash.
No, it was trash garbage. I decided. Yeah, this was better than it has been. I don't really like Sasha's hair hot pink.
I think it's okay.
It distracts the shit out of me.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is. I'm speaking only for me. I'm not speaking for everyone.
No, I think I like it, actually. I think it's a different color you don't normally see on girls' hairs. Because it's not that like pastel pink that all the pop stars are doing nowadays.
See, now, do you know what pastel means?
Yes, I do know it. It's Easter. What Easter does to all the colors turns them pastel. In baby rooms. Am I wrong?
See, now, anytime there's a match with a couple 1-2 cutie pies, I'm always in.
Oh, man, these are two cutie ladies.
And like
Babes.
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 Anytime there's a match with double babes,
Ooh, babes.
it's gonna be a good time.
Um,
And I'm more into Sasha, and you're more into Becky.
This
So that
really
works out
works out.
perfectly.
It works out. Oh boy. But before this match, Team Bad was in the ring talking to Sasha, and there was some heat between them.
They cleared up the heat, and they said that they're just out there to support Sasha.
It started as heat, though.
Yeah. But Sasha was just like, I never said I didn't need you guys. I still want to have unity together. And they did their unity thing. And then Michael Cole was just like, oh, that's great to see. That's fresh for once.
Yeah.
The Divas are friends. And then in the match, Becky goes on the outside, and Team Bad, the other two members, are going to fuck her up. And Sasha comes out and pushes them away and says, I don't need you, which seems like a babyface move. But it's not really a babyface move. She's just saying, I'll fuck her up myself.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Hashtag Nio Bravo. I don't need you. My words failed me there. But they didn't fail me as bad as they failed Sasha tonight. When she was just like, last week you had a match with Becky Lynch.
Oh.
And earlier tonight you had a match with with Brie Bella, and she may have been she turned to Helen Keller for a couple syllables. It was pretty nasty. But even Helen Keller would have heard that and gone, ugh.
It's all right. As a pretty lady, I look at that mistake and I find it endearing.
No.
That's
Being
me,
pretty isn't enough.
I didn't say it was.
Michael Thomas Robinson knows what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so then they fuck up. Team Bad fucks up Sasha.
They attempted to.
They fucked her up a little bit.
But Becky and Sasha ended up getting the upper hand
rescue
on Team Bad.
Becky's just a good person.
Stop putting her over because you love her to death.
As far as the Divas division goes, Becky is the best human being. She's the most decent person in that group.
Prove it.
She's never done anything mean. All the other bitches are fucking turning and backstabbing each other constantly. And Becky's just like, I want friends. And she doesn't have any friends.
Keep talking to the accent.
No.
What does Becky say backstage when? Becky Lynch, Renee Young standing by. What is it that you strive for here in WWE?
I just want to have a bunch of friends and help each other be the best. But all my friends stab me in the fucking back. So now I'm Sasha's friend.
I love the way Becky Lynch says,
But Sasha's going to fuck her up.
She's
She's going to turn on her eventually.
I like the way Becky says Sasha or Charlotte's name.
How'd she say it?
How do you remember it?
I don't remember.
She's like, Charlotte.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Yeah, you're right.
it sounds like that fucking toy that I do all the time. You know that fucking thing?
Yes.
Nobody can impersonate that thing the way I can.
Charlotte.
Do that toy. Do your impression. The Dan-Dans know the toy I'm talking about. It's that fucking brightly neon colored tube that you would used to get at a dollar store that has that little gimmick in it. And when you turn it one way or the other, the air goes through the tube.
There's a little thing in there that slides through it.
It's exactly what it sounds like, too. Remember when there used to be candy stores?
There's still some, but not very many.
Yeah, but they're not the same. Like when I used to live in Alsip when I was a kid, there was this place called ARP. That's all it was called. It said ARP. It wasn't a fucking, it didn't say like...
AARP?
No, ARP.
That's for the old people.
I'm talking about candy, motherfucker.
I like candy.
So, I like the way you talk. What are you doing, fucking
Sling blade?
Sling blade? French fried taters.
French fried potato.
But this place called ARP, it wasn't like Fancy Lads Candy or anything. Is that a Fallout reference, I think? But it wasn't even called a candy store. It just said ARP, white text with a fucking black rectangle around it. And you went in there and they had anything that was candy and edible.
Yeah.
They had fucking candy cigars. They had candy cigarettes. They had candy paper. They had everything fucking candy. And it was amazing. And now it doesn't exist anymore. It actually turned into a lover's lane for a while.
Oh, dude, that's crazy because there was an ice cream store, an ice cream parlor that by my house that turned into a lover's lane.
No, it wasn't a lover's lane. What was it? It was like a something and something. It was like a good and bad, but I almost feel like it was
Naughty
a
and nice.
It might have been naughty
Adam and Eve.
It was something
That's a
along
website,
those
I think.
lines.
I don't think it's a store.
I was gonna Google it, but I'm over it. The Usos took on
Hashtag.
the Social Outcasts.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this? Bo Dallas was nowhere to be found because Bo Rida is recording a new rap album.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Bo Rida song? Rap it for me.
I think it went like I see. That's not the right beat.
What do you need?
I'm just gonna say it.
All right.
It was the one from last week where he goes, "I'm Bo Rida, and I'm here to say, Flo Rida is disrespectful in a major way."
I think you could have rapped that.
That's exactly how he rapped it.
My beat was all for nothing.
I
See,
didn't
Coulter's like, oh shit, son, freestyle. Remember when you kicked that fucking sick ass freestyle about quantum physics and quantum mechanics?
It was amazing. And I'm not gonna do that every week.
Jazz James said, you haven't done it in so long.
I don't do it anymore, man.
When was Coulter on the podcast? That was a long time ago.
I don't know, probably the last time we listened to it.
Ooh. So only Coulter knows the answer for that one.
Bam.
Done.
Hope you feel guilty. And you cry at night. Thinking about your death. It's coming for you. The death guy. I'm the bringer of pain.
Death Guy was Jarvis's.
No, I mean like
band.
the Grim Reaper. I'm gonna kill the body, and the Reaper's gonna come for this soul.
Mm-hmm.
It's the death guy. Guy with the hood, you know.
Now you just did it again, where I always tell you to project a little bit when we're doing the shows, because sometimes you get quiet and you talk down here. Nobody can hear you. There have been several points in the podcast where I have gone in and had to pull the audio up because you're so quiet.
I'm just comfortable. I'm just speaking in a speaking voice that I would in a normal conversation.
But when you're recording, you can't really do that, though.
Well,
you got to project. You got to be a loud boy. You got a lot to offer. And everybody likes when you offer it. Why do you think people get so happy when I piss you off all the time? And you turn into the mad artist.
You think I like that? I don't.
Is it about you or is it about the Dan-Dans?
Me.
Oh.
Definitely.
Well, I guess that's all I need to know. Steve wants to know if anybody wants a snap of him pissing in his sink.
I don't want to see his dick.
We've seen it enough.
Yeah.
What else happened on Raw?
Truth and Goldust had a segment in the bathroom.
And it was fucking amazing, as these segments have been.
These are great.
We see Truth walking into the bathroom, and he's just got his phone in his hand. He's like, man, Goldust wants me to be his tag partner. And then he opens up the stall door, and Goldust is squatting Spider-Man style on the toilet with no shoes on. And then his foot goes in the toilet and like down the hole. And he's like, he's starting to make noises like he's on fucking Home Alone. And it's like when Joe Pesci's head gets lit on fire and he's like, yeah. Oh man.
And he's like, yeah, I want you to be my tag team partner. He goes, I don't want to be your tag partner.
No, you got to say it like Truth. He's real raspy and black.
I don't want to tag with you, man.
You don't want to tag with me? No.
You're a weirdo.
It was. I love this. Whatever they're doing, I love it.
Yeah.
And just Goldust is just like, and what about your last tag partner, little Jimmy? He was imaginary. And Truth said, "You cut me deep. You cut me down to the white meat." He goes, "White meat? What's that mean?" It means you're cutting me deep. And then he walked away. My Truth is pretty good. Sorry, that's better than all right. It's phenomenal. My impression of Truth is the AJ Styles of impressions. Didn't you know?
No.
You didn't. What else happened?
That's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
Dans. Leave topics, questions, and other non-wrestling related things in the fucking chat. And we'll hang out with you for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. Because Artist has to be a working boy in the morning. I have to be a working boy in the morning. I got a podcast to edit. I got to do some more work on the news, which will be up soon. And I just want to play Final Fantasy VII.
Nerd.
Shut up, ass!
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba, ba, ba. Brett Wells said his beard is over 3 inches long. He stretched it out. It's fucking curly ass beard.
That's long.
Oh my goodness. Zintho. See, this is why Zintho is the motherfucker. Because instantly he's in here with topics and questions and stuff. I wish Zintho would... Zintho. Guys, I apologize for me stumbling on my words tonight. It's unacceptable. He's the motherfucker is what I'm saying.
He's a badass.
Get a chance to watch the first episode of Lucha Underground? If so, thoughts? I think he means the second season. Nope! I didn't see it. Lucha Underground is a show that I don't normally watch.
What was that one episode we were watching the other day?
That's what I'm getting at. Is Lucha Underground isn't really a show that I watch, but when we're waiting for something or we're setting up or we're just having a conversation, it's like something I like to put on the background.
Yeah, if it's on.
So I can look over and be like, yo, that was dope. Yo, that was dope. Oh, I like that guy. But I don't follow it. I don't actively follow it. What I do actively follow, and it's kind of dark so the Danians don't really see it, but I follow Dissona. You know what I'm saying? They're one of my favorite bands. They're great. Heavy metal motherfuckers. You can get it on Bandcamp. You can get it almost anywhere now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's smush it between our face. Let's not even hold it with our hands.
It's okay.
So we got to tilt a little bit so you can see the logo. So the Dandans should screenshot that and then put it on Dissona's Facebook, Dissona, and tell them that the Dandans on 616 Entertainment were talking about the new album, Paleo Pneumatic, which you can download, you can buy it, you can get it anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
It rocks hard.
It does. Fucking hard fucking core. You know what I mean? So no, I did not see the first episode of Lucha Underground. I will eventually, though. It's usually entertaining when I have it on. Jace Plays Games says, Ian, I'm going to start playing Bloodborne again. Get me excited for it. Now, Jace, it's not my job to get you excited for Bloodborne, but I can do it if you really need me to. Bloodborne is a game that I bought blind. I heard it was going to be a quicker, kind of faster, more arcadey Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and I was just like, that's exactly what the fuck I want. Because Demon Souls was so goddamn cryptic. If it wasn't for the help of Corey Fisher, I would have never gotten anything done in that fucking game. But Corey Fisher is a fucking savant when it comes to Demon Souls, Dark Souls, all the Souls games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So he helped me get through it, and I was like, you know what? I really do like these games. I just wish I wasn't garbage trash at these games. So Bloodborne comes out, and I jump right in, and just the fucking level design of that game, the weird, like, Lovecraftian design on the monsters and the environments. Holy shit. One of the most beautiful looking games I've ever played. And every time you start to get used to the enemy design, they throw you something else at you
that you're not expecting at all.
You get used to like fighting just weird men. And then all of a sudden, this dude who's like 9 feet tall walks over with this purple lantern, and you're like, what the fuck is that guy doing? And what does that lantern do? Shit, it's bright out. Why does he need a lantern? The fire's purple. I have so many questions about this man. and then you get used to seeing him, and he's not that scary anymore. And then you walk into a cathedral, and there's a man, and his head is a squid. You never get used to anything in this game, and you're always in trouble. Bloodborne is a must-play.
Yeah, I want to go back to
it. It was my runner-up for Game of the Year.
I'm going to have to start over.
If the Dan-Dans didn't watch What Game Are You Gaming, episode 4, where we talked about our Game of the Year, that was runner-up for me. Spoilers. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't get you excited for Bloodborne, hashtag get fucked.
Get fucked.
Nigel Bravo. Why don't you ask and answer this Brett Wells question?
He asks, are seats assigned at this freelance show? Seats are not assigned. They sell first row tickets for more money. I think they're like $20, $25 or something. We don't sit in the front row though. Because second row or standing is all the same. It's just general admission. And even if you buy tickets to sit in the front row, you can just sit wherever you want in the front row.
But they're also selling $30 seats on the fucking stage.
Oh, I did not know that.
They're selling seats on the stage. So you are level with the floor of the ring.
Well,
you're not sitting on the floor and looking at the apron and up at the ropes. You're level with the
that's
goddamn
cool.
ring, which is insane. That's very insane.
I've never heard of that before.
When I found out they were going to sell seats on the stage, I was like, I couldn't believe it. To me, that's something that's taking it to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Jazz James says, do you guys have anything planned for the 100th episode of the podcast? In fact, we do, Jazz James. Christopher Michael Castro, one half of the #1 tag team contender champs. Give me a retake on that. Count me in.
This is describing episode 100, take 2.
See, Big C Chris Castro, one half of the #1 contenders for the Freelance Wrestling Tag Team Championship, said on episode 98 of the podcast, it would be interesting if episode 100 was a one-on-one interview with myself. And I was like, I do like this idea, but I want the artists to have a one-on-one interview as well. It's not fair if we don't both have interviews. So number 99, which goes up on Wednesday, is a one-on-one interview with this boy right here, the artist formerly known as Mike Charles.
You're going to get to know a lot more about me than you want to.
You let the light shine on the darkness.
Oh, you don't want to know. It's not that bad.
And the #1 handsome boy, Michael Thomas Robinson, is the only man I would trust to conduct that interview, and he did a goddamn fine job.
Superb.
So episode 100
I felt very comfortable in his presence.
I'm glad. He'll do that to you.
I was at ease. He really got me to open up.
So did the beer.
I kind of regretted opening up as much as I did.
Did you?
Nah.
So episode 100 of the podcast will be a video special because every 50 episodes is a video episode. So it'll be the one-on-one interview with myself conducted by the #1 handsome boy, Michael Thomas Robinson. And I'm excited for it. You know what I'm saying? I am excited for it. Why don't you ask and answer this question here from D-Ray?
Favorite items from Wendy's. Who do you think will win on Saturday?
By the way, guys, I've said it before, this is my favorite part of the show. I just want to talk to you guys. So I appreciate the topics and shit in the chat.
Best Wendy item? Frosty.
I really like Wendy's. They've got the best cheap chicken sandwich out of the 3 major fast food
chicken
chains.
sandwiches are good. I like their fries as well.
See, I don't like eat Wendy's a lot.
But
I haven't had Burger King in like 5 years.
No, Burger King.
I haven't had McDonald's in like 2 years.
Frosties though. Frosties are without a doubt the best item.
See, like
the list.
Chocolate's so rich. I can't really do chocolate.
I don't think the Frosties are over rich though.
They are for me. Like I'll have, and first of all,
I
what is
get a
this
small one.
bullshit
I
that
get
you're
the
giving me
small
with a
one.
spoon? If I'm gonna get a fucking milkshake, I want to drink it with a straw.
It's not a milkshake.
Then lose my number.
You're so fucking wrong, dude. A Frosty is perfect.
I don't like ice cream.
It's not. It's the perfect thing between ice cream and a milkshake.
I only want milkshakes.
No, you're wrong.
If you don't have
Frosties are
milkshakes,
great.
lose my number. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying lose my number. I don't want it.
You lose my number. I'm gonna shove a Frosty down your throat every day until you like it.
It's gonna make me like them less. I don't
Then
want to
you
be
better. Then you better start enjoying them sooner, because it's gonna keep happening. And if you don't ever like it, it's gonna happen for the rest of your life until you're dead. You'll probably die sooner because I'm shoving ice cream in your mouth. You're not supposed to eat ice cream every day, guys. Don't do that. They'll get diabetes.
Diabetes. Brett Wells says, doesn't Robinson versus Bravo 3 warrant a press conference? You're goddamn right it does.
Boy.
And if you don't think you're going to get an IDA, what's that? That's an in-depth analysis from the banker boy with the banker body, the artist, and the president of the 616 Monopoly Kingdom, name of me. We got to do this video.
Yeah.
I thought we had a lot more time than we have.
I didn't even know if this was on the docket.
It's on the docket. Oh, I said a while ago I wanted to do it. I just didn't realize it was so close. You want to shoot that on Wednesday? What are you doing Wednesday?
Maybe. Like probably Wednesday.
All right. Well, we pulled the curtain back a little bit there. How are you going to burp 24/7?
That's my life. You told me to get my life. That's my life, bro. Get over it. Deal with it.
Jace Plays Game says, by the way, are you going to play The Witness? Because you should. I will eventually. I just paid like $330 to get my car fixed. So, and I'm playing Final Fantasy VII right now, which I want to dedicate a lot of time to because this is my first time ever playing it. And I've been meaning to do that for a long time. Plus, I got that PS4 version, so I'm earning trophies along the way. And I got to tell you, I'm not super attracted to Eris. I mean, I can tell she's really into me, but I'm more into the other girl who I've named Lights. So I don't know what her real name is. Tifta, something like that. But I like her better. We have history. We were childhood friends. And you can tell that there was something there. And I want to build on that. You know, we're older now. We've matured.
Let's see.
And as a member of Avalanche, I'm going to do whatever I please. You know, I'm not even super stoked about being an Avalanche. It's all about just getting the mission
I don't know
done.
what the fuck you're saying. I have no idea.
It's a really good game. Like, I do see what the hubbub is about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It doesn't hit me the way it would had I played it in fucking 1998.
Sure.
But that's the same way it would be for someone nowadays to play Resident Evil Director's Cut for the first time. After playing something like Dead Space, I can see it not hitting you the way it would have back then. Zinto says, forget about Wendy's. All about that new Taco Bell item that is open for pre-orders right now. And Zinto, you've stumbled on a problem with American consumerism. This is driving me fucking crazy. That Taco Bell is selling food. And you don't know what it is, and people want it.
That's why they want it. It's a mystery. People love mysteries.
No, people want it because Taco Bell's like, you want this shit. And people are stupid, and they're just like, fuck, I want this. What is it? I don't know. How do you know you want it? It's a thing. It reminds me of the fucking Arkham Knight season pass.
This is worse.
Where people are just like, holy shit, the season pass is $50. It better be worth it. What is it? They don't even tell us what it is. All right, I'll buy it. Man, it better be good.
Yeah.
Don't buy things you don't know what it is. You're literally proving to these giant corporations that all they have to do is say, we have a thing, and you go, how much is it? You don't even know what it is. Oh, it drives me crazy. Zinto, what are you doing to me, dog? Why you got to bring this shit up? What did Zinto say right there? Read that for me.
I thought I was good at puzzle games until I played The Witness.
Jace Plays Game says he just pre-ordered 3 of those Taco Bell items. Jace, you gotta lose my number, dog.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this.
Brett Wells says, I just beat South Park The Stick of Truth twice in 2 days this week because I only have a 360.
That was a great game.
That was a very good game. I didn't finish it.
It was such a surprise.
Michael Thomas Robinson beat that game, so I let him spoil the ending for me.
Oh, really?
Because I got what I wanted out of that game. I had a really good time with it, but I moved on, and I was like, it's back catalog to the point where I'm not coming back. I'm not overly interested in seeing the finish to that game because it is extremely repetitive. Not burying it. It's just how those games work, but I had a lot of fun, and it was time to move on.
You're going to get the sequel?
Probably not. Like, when it comes into my store, I'll borrow it eventually, but it's not on my to-play.
The Fractured Butthole?
It's a great fucking name. It's a great fucking name.
Yeah, no, I don't, like, I do want to play it, but the first one was just so, like unexpected that it was actually going to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
And so damn funny. So now it's like, I know what I'm expecting. I expect it to be good, but the mystique of it isn't there as much. But
Jace Plays Games quotes me and says, I don't like ice cream, and he follows it up with, lose my number. Michael Thomas Robinson says, who doesn't like ice cream?
Ian.
Zinto says, WWE Raw Talks Live, Frosty Fallout. Guys, like, I don't like ice cream.
You're stupid.
I don't dislike ice cream, but I've never had a single craving in my life for ice cream. Back in the day, the group of all of us used to go to McDonald's to get dollar ice cream cones. Those are fucking fantastic. Just some shitty soft serve vanilla ice cream. That's all I need. I don't need some fancy fucking this tall thing that nobody in their right goddamn mind can finish.
See, that's...
Give me a dollar ice cream cone or lose my fucking number.
Okay, I like the dollar ice cream cones. The only thing is I don't like the cone. I don't like those fucking styrofoam cones.
Oh, I do. It's like eating a cardboard box.
It sounds great.
It's like deep fried communion wafers.
That sounds fantastic. That's a dessert I want to spend.
I'm just playing, dog.
That's terrible.
No, they're clearly like not good. I think that's the whole. They're only at 50 cents.
But that's the thing. When I was a kid, I was always like, "Oh, we're getting ice cream. I want to get as much ice cream as I can."
Mm.
But now I'm like, when I get big ice cream things, I never finish them. So now I always get like the smallest thing possible because it's like I eat it and then I'm like, that was enough.
James Plays Game says Tifa is a babe. In my game, she's called Lights, but I agree with you. You all right there?
Yeah, I got an itch on my nose.
Michael Thomas Robinson says the artist is yawning and tired. Let him go to bed.
I'm always tired.
You're always tired and you're always fucking gassy. Two true stories.
Well, I have a full-time job, you know.
Alex Olson says, can I get a press pass to the press conference? No. Zinto says, I was mostly joking about the Taco Bell thing. That's all right. I was just going hard on it for the sake of comedy. It does annoy me, but you know what I'm saying? I'm playing it up for the show. He says people have an idea of what it is.
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell item. How much creativity could there be? It's going to be a tortilla, fried or soft, meat, cheese, lettuce.
So it's not vegan friendly is what you're saying.
No.
So vegans beware, don't pre-order.
It's going to be wrapped up in some way we haven't seen.
You think so?
But it's going to be all the same ingredients as every other fucking thing at Taco Bell.
J.S. James says, how can you pre-order food?
Good question.
Alex Olson says, what did you think of the UFC 2 demo? Now, here's the thing. I've played it a lot. I asked the artist, you want to try it? And he said, nah. And then I was playing it while the artist and Robinson and I were talking business, and I look over at Robinson, I go, you want to try it? And he goes, no. I
just wasn't in the mood. I'm not good at that game.
It's just weird that it doesn't matter what kind of thing it is, like a game or whatever. Someone's like, you want to try it? I'm like, all right, I'll fuck with it.
I will.
2 people I've said, you want to try it? They're like, no.
I'll fuck with it when you get it, but yeah. I don't
know. What do I think of it? It feels very different. So if you played UFC 1 a lot, it's not nearly as floaty as before. You used to be able to throw a jab in UFC 1 and you'd fucking lurch halfway across the octagon. You would land it, and jabs didn't do shit in that game. If you know how to use a jab in this game, you're going to break people's noses, you're going to cut them up, and you can actually do damage to set up harder strikes.
That's good stuff.
And I'm a stats boy, and I'm keeping an in-detail record of all of my fights. And I went 12-0 to start out. And I felt like a super fucking badass. Hit a shitty stretch. I'm 31-8 at this point, which isn't as good as I would like it to be, but that's pretty fucking impressive.
Good.
This is against only online opponents because the beta is online only. You know what I'm saying? Fill some time for me while I look at the questions here. We'll get out of here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going to order that Taco Bell thing. I haven't. Last couple of times I've had Taco Bell, I just felt like a shit boy afterwards, you know? I feel like I could eat a 12 case of those tacos. You know how they have the 12 pack thing?
You think you could eat that?
If I was hungry enough?
See, now, I have pitched the video for this before.
I think we've talked about it.
Where we get 2 taco 12 packs and we have you and Castro see who could eat it quicker.
Well, Castro's going to beat me.
Well, see, that motherfucker,
Castro's an eating
he was like, you guys want to see how fast I can eat a burger? And I was like, not really. And he did it anyway. And he was like, I bet I could do it like 18 seconds. It took him like 90.
It took him more than that. It took him like 3 minutes.
It wasn't that long. Yeah, but it took him a long time. And I was just like, why would you do that?
I was not impressed.
System showed up and said some dumb shit. That's all he does. I feel like we've had a good show. Zinto says it's a quesalupa. So a quesadilla shaped into a shell, then loaded like a chalupa. Isn't that just what the cheesy gordita fucking crunch is?
Kinda, but not really. It's the cheesy gordita crunch isn't like a really a quesadilla because it's more like a pita bread. It's thicker than just a tortilla. So I get like the tortilla with the cheese in it. But the quesarito fucking is garbage because it's not a goddamn quesadilla.
Dia.
I know. It's a bit. It's a joke. It's fucking cheese sauce.
Oh yeah, you got one of those and I tried it.
In the fucking like
terrible.
That's not a goddamn quesadilla. A quesadilla is melted cheese in a tortilla, not fucking garbage like cheese sauce out of a nacho dispenser. Oh my god! So you can take your fucking what is it?
Quesalupa.
A quesalupa and shove it up your ass, Taco Bell.
You're not gonna pre-order one?
Are you kidding me?
I was just wondering. Where can the Dan Ants follow you on Twitter?
At the artist 616.
They can follow me on Twitter at IDF616. They can follow me on Instagram at 616 Entertainment. SoundCloud.com/616 Entertainment is where they should go to subscribe to the podcast. They can also do it on iTunes. That's the easiest way because the shit will get sent right to your phone. If you have not subscribed on YouTube.com/616 Entertainment, first of all, I'll lose my number. Second of all, I'll get your life. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday is the one-on-one interview with the artist formerly known as Mike Charles. First time ever that that's happening. And I'm very excited to listen to it, as you should be as well. So you got to make sure you're subscribed.
It's a good show.
Because that way it'll get sent right to you. You don't got to go dicking around on all those internets looking for it. You know what I'm saying? The News with Michael Thomas Robinson is coming soon, but that's all I'm prepared to tell you about right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check out freelancewrestling.com. Check out Desona's new album, Paleo Pneumatic, which you know you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Active Destruction. You always got to be checking them out. What's their new album called?
I don't know. Your stomach just growled. That wasn't my stomach. It just did not.
Your stomach growled the name of the album to you. You just farted at me. It's called Extinction, you asshole. Active Destruction, Extinction. Buy it. You know what I'm saying? We love you, Daniel. We're going to see you next week.